So today we have for you objections, and Z came up with the title, I object. Just like in the court TV shows, you know. Overcoming objections. What are some of the big objections we get every time we're showing furniture, trying to sell these folks some furniture? Gotta measure. Gotta go measure. How do we overcome that?
Sketching.
Who knows? Luke says sketching. Sketching. To you new guys, sketching is when you ask them, well, if you have to go measure, what kind of room are you talking about? And just draw something like that on your notebook that I know you carry with you at all times. And where's everything going to go? Well, I got to measure, I'm not sure. Well, I know that, but just give me just so I know what you're talking about, general idea. Well, yeah, the sofa's going here. Where's your TV? It's here. TV. One wall is like 10 feet. The other wall is like 20 feet. You know, and when you start doing that, all of a sudden, this starts to be less of a thing. And they'll grab this from you and they'll start, oh, hand me that. And they'll engage with you and they'll say, oh, yeah, that'll fit. And the more you do this and the more you deal with furniture, the more you'll know, yes, that will fit, because you'll say, well, that sofa is only 90-inch sofa and you said you've got 100-inch there before you hit end tables or anything else. So if you pick up on that and listen, you can kind of disperse this excuse, to go measure it excuse, because if they leave to go measure, they're going to go to the next store and somebody's going to figure this out for them and they're going to get the sale. So you need to be the one. Plus, when you're drawing it out, now they feel like you're the expert and you're kind of a designery type person. That's the perception. And they come back and they hang on your every word. They're like, when I do it, where's Kevin? I had a lady yesterday come back to ask me what color curtains she should buy for her room. Because I told her where to put her furniture. Oh yeah, that'll look good. Let me see the pictures of your room on your phone. Do you have any pictures of the room on your phone? That's a big one. Oh yeah, that'll fit in that space. You can look at a picture of a room and tell if something's going to fit in there, basically, or not. Also, I like to say, you know what? What's stopping you from putting this there? Well, there's this one end table there. Well, you can move that, can't you? Oh yeah, we never thought about moving that end table. That doesn't have to be there. That table that's been there for 20 years. Get rid of it.
Early on, I'm going to talk about the measurements of the room just to try and block this from coming to me later. What I mean by that is I'm going to say, well, what do you have in the room now? I ask that every customer. I'm looking for a new sofa. Awesome. What do you have in your room now? Oh, I have a sofa. Cool. Then I start sketching if I need to sketch. Is it on this wall or that wall? I mean, what's your setup? Is this where you watch TV? You know all those 7.5 questions we talked about before? Well, here it is. I blocked it right away. What do you have in there now? Cool. Is it like a 3-seater, a 2-seater? How big is your sofa? I already covered the measurements. Cool. So when at the end they say we got to go measure, oh, we already did that earlier. Remember, you told me the size of your sofa. This will fit.
Oh, well, I just need to go think about it. Well, let's get down to what's really stopping you. What is it? Be blunt. They just spent the last hour of your time. They owe you at least that much. You can ask them. Why don't you just order now? If you get home and measure and find out that it's not going to fit, call me. I can change it or cancel it, whatever you want to do. And I've written more orders that way. And I never get a call back saying, oh, it's too big, change it. You know, or it's too small or whatever.
And something you should ask too, if I got to go measure, say, well, if it fits, is this the one you want to do? That's a really great, because going to go measure usually is not the issue unless they're trying to fit in a huge old sectional. There's something else behind that. And when you say, hey, if this is going to fit, is this the right one? And you just watch their face. You got to learn their cues, because sometimes they'll be like, yeah, Well, then there's something not quite right. And then you ask, okay, wait a minute. Seems like something's not quite right. Is this just not the right thing you were thinking? What's in your head? Right? What were you thinking? You can't, there's a hidden objection if you ask them if this is the right one, if it fits, are we going to go with this one? And they shrug their shoulders with a maybe. You got to redo some things.
Or they say, I didn't count on finding what I wanted so quickly. I didn't think I was going to spend this much today. Get that one all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's found them the size and the room is right and everything looks good. I don't know if I can afford this. They're not going to say that, but they're going to say something like, I don't know. I didn't think I was going to find something I liked right away. That tells me they're worried about how they're going to pay for it. Oh, I wasn't ready for this. Well, we can ease that. We can help with that. We can do financing. Break it out. Divide whatever amount that they need to finance out by however many months you're going to finance it. Hey, your payments on this set is $150 a month. You know, and that's a lot easier than trying to eat the whole cow in one bite. Cut that steak into little bits, right? A lot easier to swallow.
And that's part of our responsibility. It's not their responsibility to pay. It's their responsibility to pay for it. It's our responsibility to find creative ways, as creative as we can get, to help them pay for it, right? The financing, the SNAP, if they have to do layaway, putting money down if they're going to have an extra couple hundred by the time it comes in to pay for whatever. I mean, that's our job. They don't know they have these options. We do. So our job is to be creative and present them their options. I know, like Corey last night had a guy who tried to get financed for the whole thing, and Corey goes, well, you can either pay for it or put it on a credit card. And he just sat there and let the guy think about it. He gave him the option. Sometimes you just have to let him soak it in and think about it. Don't expect him to come up with that right away. Just let them soak in and think about the options you gave them. And they'll come up with the right answer. And Corey's guy said, yeah, here's my credit card. Took him 2 minutes, but whew, swiped his card.
He found the solution for him, or let him find the solution, and they came with a solution together to how the guy's going to pay for it. And sometimes you come to a brick wall where you're not going to finance it all because he didn't get approved for enough. Now it's on the guy, you know. So sometimes you got to change, or maybe change pieces on the order.
Yep.
The next thing is then, well, I need it by next week because I've got my kid's birthday party. Well, right now that's the worst one because everything's taking forever. So listen, you have to explain to them, because of what's going on in the world, everything's taking a long time. If you want to get something right away, we can be less choosy, and I can show you what you can have right away and know what you have available in stock. A big tool that we use all the time is go to Rooms and Rest website, click on a filter for sofas, whatever you're looking for, tables, and hit the in stock button. I think it's accurate up to 5 minutes now on our website, and you'll have it all on one screen. These are the sofas we have in stock on our screen. Let me show you on the computer screen, because rather than me walking through the whole store trying to guess and point out what's in stock, and by the time I've gotten 10 feet past it, you've already forgotten about it. Get it all on one screen. Say, let me show you something cool on our website. I know in Mankato we got a big computer screen right up at our desk, and I can click on it. Rooms and Rest website. Let's say they're looking at, love seats. I'll click on love seats and then hit the filter in stock. And there's all of them. Oh, I like that one. Okay, let me take you to that one. Puts it all in one place. It's a really helpful tool.
I'll give you an example, too, of availability. Thursday, I had a gentleman come in. He just moved about 2 blocks away from me. He came in, he said, I need stuff I can get today. I said, I can do that. I said, but you're going to have to compromise on some of the things you might want. He goes, as long as I can get something today, I think we can make some compromises. And as we're going through the process and I'm showing him what we have available, he goes, I got to let you know, I went over to your competitors before here and I told them I needed something today and they laughed at me. I said, they laughed at you? They said, you're not getting anything today in this town. He goes, you know what's funny is you came in and you told me we could make it happen, but I just have to make some sacrifices. Well, I'm willing to do that, right? So you had to let them know, hey, I have stuff available. It may not be exactly what you want, but we can make it happen. Don't laugh at them and say, we're not going to get you anything today. Let the customer know we can help them. That's what we're here for. Get creative. Find the answer. It's our responsibility to help that customer that came in the door.
We may not have what exactly they had in their head, but hey, I could try, and maybe I could get you something else or something similar. But you're getting something. Everybody that comes in here, they're carrying your paycheck in their pocket. You got to get it.
You know, before COVID, if somebody came in and said, I want something I can get today, I mean, we'd all be super excited. I got a customer that's buying something right now. And it seems like lately when people come in and say, I want something today, everybody's like, oh my gosh, I got to help them find something today. It's like there's been a total twist. Be excited when they come in. They're here to buy. They're telling you, I want something today. I want something I can get now. Awesome. That should be the easiest customer you would have all day.
You could ship it right away too.
Yeah, get paid.
You don't have to make phone. You don't have to answer their phone calls. Where's my stuff? Is it in yet? Anything I got a clearance tag on, you can have right away. Other than availability, we have the big old, I just write spouse because whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. Not here. I got to tell the boss. I got to ask the boss. I got to ask da-da-da-da. Everybody's got fancy smartphones now. Get them on the FaceTime. Get them on frickin' Skype, Zoom, whatever. You know they do it when they come in the store. They're on, all these people that on their cell phones with somebody. Call them. Why don't you call them? Put them on, oh yeah, and I'll put them on FaceTime, whatever, and flip the camera around and show them this is what I'm looking at. I had a gal yesterday, sold her $7,000, her husband's in the field. Well, maybe he wants to come in and look at this. And I said, show him on your phone. She did, and he goes, yeah, it looks great, just get it. Most of the time, that person that's not with them in the store doesn't want to come in the store. They're not there for a reason. The wife is in there. The husband wants nothing to do with it. She just wants to know it's okay. So you got to let her know, listen, FaceTime him quick or call him quick. Ask him what he thinks. No, I should go home and talk to him. No, just call him. You're here. You could show him on your phone. If they say no, then okay, fine. Let it go. But more often than not, they call him and they get him on the phone and they're like, look at this. And then the husband goes, just get it. What are you asking me for? I don't know how to decorate. You're the wife, you know.
I had a guy come in here the other day and said, well, I'd have to show it to my wife first. And I asked him, I said, well, where is she? He's like, she's at work. I can't call her. I said, great. I said, you got your phone on you? He's like, yeah. I said, let me see it. Sit down. Let's take a picture of you in it. He's like, oh, that's a great idea. I took a picture of it. I said, here, send this to your wife. He sent it to her, and then within 5 seconds, she's like, I love it. Get it. You know what would have happened if he would have walked out the door? He would have went and told his wife all about this awesome chair, and she would be like, oh, yeah, right, okay, whatever, you know. Had to drag her in here. They'd have to come in, have the same day off, come in together. Hopefully, since I helped them originally, I'm working that day, so they asked for me, so I can get credit for what I did. Or they may even go to a different store. Don't let them leave. They leave, you're not getting the sale. Your chance of getting it is like dramatically reduced.
Use those cell phones.
I even say, when people say, well, I'll have to talk to my husband about it. That's cool, I'll wait over here, just let me know when you're done talking. And people look at you, what? Well, just give them a call, I'll wait. No big deal, no rush. And they do.
Pictures are powerful tools. You get a picture on the cell phone, a live picture, the guy's looking at it. And that's how people shop these days. And if you're not taking advantage of that, you're behind. You need to be, that's your best friend, that customer's cell phone. Take a picture of it with your phone. Well, I don't know how to do that. Here, I'll do it on my phone and I'll text it to you. I'll send you a picture on Podium, or if you've got the magic board like we have here, the Ashley magic board, I'll text you the picture of that sofa you're looking at right to your phone. You'll have a picture of it and everything. I use that a lot, that text to their phone feature on the magic board. What's the measurements? I need the measurements of this sofa set. Well, write it down on your card. Well, how many cards do I find laying on the floor that they throw on the floor, in the garbage? If I go to the magic board, text it to them, give them my card, of course. I'll text this to you. That way, all you have to do, whenever you get home and do whatever you got to do, call me. You can tell me the SKU, everything about it. You got it on your phone. People live on their phones. The next objection we have is wrong color or style. If you get to that roadblock, you probably aren't listening on the way to whatever you're showing them, or they're not telling you. So if you get to something, well, I don't like that color, that style, hopefully before you get to whatever you're showing them, you've asked them several times, what color, what style, what kind of room have you got, what are you looking for? And that's easy. Then it's all about switching. How about this one? Oh, you want a brown one? I got a brown one over here. That's too traditional. Let's look at something more contemporary.
And again, this is where a cell phone comes in. I bet you have pictures of what you're thinking about on your phone, don't you? Oh yeah, I was on Pinterest. This is what I really want. Chances are we have it, or something similar.
Or I was looking at this and they show me their phone and they have a picture off of a website. A lot of times our website. Do you have this, So that's probably one of the easiest ones.
Yeah.
If you know your floor too, know your styles, know where the traditional stuff is. I want a traditional looking reclining sofa. If I walk into your store and ask any salesperson to show me where their traditional looking reclining sofa is, how many can walk me right to one? It's tough because not a lot of traditional reclining anymore.
No, there isn't.
So what in your mind would be traditional? Probably look for the closest thing that in your mind to that. But we got to be like chameleons. We change on the fly. Different color? Yep, that's this one. Yep, that's brown. That's tan. Here's a tan one. Show them everything you got. Exhaust every avenue. 'Cause who knows when you get the next up. Then,
Yeah, this is my favorite.
Z's favorite.
I need to go think about it. To me, out of all of these, that's the easiest one for me to overcome. I need to go think about it. Seems like a hard one, doesn't it? Like, what are you going to think about, right? I need to go think about it. The first thing I say, well, let me tell you why this is easy. Don't think of a pink elephant. I promise you, everybody that heard that sentence just thought of a picture of a pink elephant in their head, didn't they? Right? So when you say, okay, I got to go think, when they say I got to go think about it, well, let's help them think. Doesn't take much. Most people can't think real deep. I got to go think about that. You know what? When they leave, I guarantee you 90% of the people, once they walk out of here, aren't thinking anything about furniture. They're thinking, is McDonald's open? I got to go to Hy-Vee. I got to pick up the kid. Then they go home and forget they even came to a furniture store. And then you call them the next day for a follow-up and say, hey, I was just seeing what you came up with. What did you think about that? Oh, I haven't even had time to think about it. Thinking is like this, right? So I have to go think about it. Well, cool. If I'll say just like I do with going to measure and price and all that, I need to go think about it. Well, cool. If this is the one you end up going with, is this going to be right? Is this the right price? I go through the price, the place, the product. I make sure it's right. And you know what? They'll say, yeah. And on one of those, they'll be like, eh. So that's what they need to think about. Oh, you need to think about price? Are we trying to match someone online? Do we need to finance? Are we having problems figuring out how to pay for it? Right? Going to think about it is just they're hiding their real objection. If you make them think about it, it's just asking them one or two tough questions to help them think, because they aren't going to think about it when they leave. I promise. I've called enough people, I've emailed enough people, and texted enough people. We haven't had time to discuss it yet. We haven't talked about it yet. I haven't thought about it yet. I had other things come up. I'll get back to you. That's what happens. They don't leave and think about it. You have to help them think about it.
They leave and forget about it.
Yeah. And they forget half the stuff you said. How many times have you had people leave and then they come back 2 weeks later and say, now tell me again, this comes in other colors, right? Yeah, like 400. Remember we looked through them all? Yeah, I don't remember which. Can we look at them again? They can't even remember the fabrics they looked at. They can't even remember that you helped them 2 days later when they come in. You think they're thinking about it at home? They're not thinking about it. They're putting it off because they got other stuff going on. Help them think about it while they're here. Don't let them leave. Well, let's think about it. What things do we need to think about? Tell me, because maybe I can give you some more assistance before you leave. You know, just agree with them, but don't let them leave. Sell them the furniture.
It's the best time to sell them is when the iron's hot and when they're fresh. That's why Disney is so successful. You go to Walt Disney World, right after you get off the ride, to get out, you walk through a store.
Yeah.
They know that you're all ramped up. Now I'm going to sell you something. I just went on the Aladdin Magic Carpet ride. Hey, let's have a bunch of Aladdin crap out when he comes out the door and sell it to him. That's when, not go home, think about it, and forget about the whole experience. You just showed him this awesome power reclining sofa set. I want to go think about it. Well, what's there to think about? What can we help figure out?
Sounds like something isn't right.
Think
like
about
you're
how I
missing
can
a
pay
piece.
for it. I want to think about if I could get it right away. I want to think about if my spouse likes it. That's okay because we already know how to overcome those. And you won't get them every time. You could try every one of these avenues and they'll still leave. But I tell you what, if you tried all those, they remember your name when they come back. And they will come back. They'll remember you.
Yeah, they see it as helping.
They know that you care. You're invested in helping them solve their issue, their problem, their need, their want.
And the other thing that isn't on here that I just thought of is I need to go home. I'm going to do it tomorrow. To me, that's the same thing as I got to go think about it. Because then I'll say, oh, you got to go think about it, huh? Yeah. Then I just jump into helping them think about it. You know, now I'll also say, you're going to do it tomorrow. What's the difference between today and tomorrow? I'm just curious. I want them to tell me why they're waiting a day to do it. Most of the time, they're just like, I don't know. I just want to shop around. Ding, ding, it's a price thing. You know we match anybody's price around here, right? And I usually beat them, and I'm usually lower to start with, so I can just save you a trip, because you'll come back and say, I should have just bought it here to start with. I'll tell them that. I'm just blunt with it. So that sometimes they're hiding that objection behind some of these. You just got to ask questions. Anybody else have objections that we don't have on the list that they consistently run into? No.
Nobody?
Jeff?
You guys are going to sell a lot today because you don't have any objections.
I don't.
I'm glad that you're all objection free.
Yep.
So I want to see big tickets today.
Cool. Okay, what else?
That's all we got for today.
Go sell stuff.
Have a good Saturday. Sell lots.